Growing up here in Champaign, I'm a townie, which I love and I'm so proud of. We all knew each other, our parents knew us, so I feel like it really was this just very nurturing and just a network of people who looked out for each other. And so we would walk to school. Today, the people that I walk to school with are still very dear friends, people that I hold near and dear to my heart. And that was the great foundation where that whole love of school and education started right there.
One of the reasons I think this award is so special is because it is connecting things back to the schools. It's connecting things back to our students. And for Sue, that's really at the core of everything she's done, is youth and serving youth, particularly serving youth who have historically been underserved in our community.
When I started at the university here in Champaign-Urbana, I started to take classes. And so when you think about that field in particular, recreation, sport, and tourism, it's people-centered, and which was really at the core of who I am. It's about the people. Using that education then, and what I gained and the knowledge from the university and getting that degree, and then moving into a job at the Park District. Having the opportunity that I did there really, really was what I needed for the beginnings of my professional development. Being on the school board was really a privilege and an honor, but it was hard work. It was really hard work. Having the ability to then not only be a board member, but to be the president of the school board was unbelievable. Attend one graduation, pass out one diploma, and all the headaches and the grief and all of that just simply vanish because you are helping that student launch into the next phase of their life, and you get to play this small role and hand them that diploma. It was one of the best feelings in the world. I have been recently reflecting, I turned 60 last year, and I thought if I had stopped learning at 50, I wouldn't know what I know at 60. And so I can't imagine stop learning at 60, because who knows what 70 will bring. If I had the opportunity to sit down with a group of high schoolers, I think I would say to them, give yourself some grace and space. I certainly didn't know at 18 what I was going to do with the rest of my life. And so don't be so hard on yourself if you don't have all those answers right away, or even 20 years down the road.
Seeing the potential of youth time and time again is certainly a gift of Sue's. And I know Sue from working in the community, she's not afraid to be a part of what it really takes to enact community change. And she digs deep. She doesn't do things halfway. And so for her, making a community better isn't just about acts of service or leading others. That's certainly a big part of what she's done. It's about examining what are the critical issues that our community is facing, and then she herself being part of the solution. What inspired me most to nominate Sue was how she's committed her entire professional life to making this a better community for others.
Getting this means more to me than anything. I think about how proud my parents would be. They instilled in us as a family that education is key to success. And so don't ever take it for granted. It's incredibly important. And I hope that I've been that kind of parent to my own kids, that they understand the value of the education that was provided to them. And I'm so grateful to my nominators and to this community and all the people who got me to this place, because I didn't do it by myself. It was absolutely a group effort.